Idaho Murders victims, arrest and timeline as heartbreaking Netflix doc lands. Netflix viewers have branded the streamer's latest true crime documentary a hard watch. The Idaho Murders, College Nightmare is on Netflix, and the harrowing factual series investigates the horrifying murders of 4 University of Idaho students. The students were fatally stabbed in an off-campus house in the early hours of the morning, but the motive behind the killings has never been disclosed. The tragic deaths were covered extensively in the press, and the case has been revisited in a number of TV shows, including Prime Video's One Night in Idaho, The College Murders.
Love watermelon but hate the sticky cutting mess? This compact 2-in-1 tool slices neat cubes and flips into a retractable fork for easy serving at parties, picnics, or home. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/3 right now.
Viewers have already shared their thoughts on the Netflix documentary, with one saying on Reddit, "This show does a really good job of looking at the victims as people. It's really heartbreaking." Another commented on Instagram, "This is going to be a very hard watch," while another shared, "This case still haunts me. Here is all you need to know about what happened." The murders took place in the early morning hours of November 13, 2022, in an off-campus house in Moscow, Idaho. 5 roommates, plus a partner of one of the students, were in the house by 2 a.m. after spending the night at various locations. Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen were 2 of the students who survived the attack, both hiding in the same bedroom. In February 2023, a friend of the survivors spoke to People about how the roommates were still impacted by the murders, saying, "They feel a lot of survivors' guilt. Their friends are gone and they're still here. They're going to be dealing with this for the rest of their lives." Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Zana Kernodle, and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin were the 4 victims, and they had all been close friends. On the night they were killed, survivor Dylan, who was a junior at the time and living in a room off the side of the kitchen, heard someone scream in the house. She recalled how she thought she overheard an unfamiliar male voice saying, "It's okay." Feeling nervous, she ran to her door and locked it, trying to call all of her roommates, but nobody was answering. She went over to her door and opened it to see a man dressed in all black, but he did not approach her. She returned to her room, where she called Bethany Funk, later joining her in her bedroom, where the 2 locked themselves in. The Netflix documentary's director, Skye Borgman, said she was keen for the film to focus on the victims and not their killer. She said, "When I was able to sit down and talk to the families, both before we started shooting and during the shooting, that's one thing that they really wanted to get across. They weren't just victims. They were alive, bright, happy, amazing people, and it was really important for them to tell this story and to put that message forward, what we lost." On December 30, 2022, police arrested Brian Christopher Koberger on 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. At the time of the murders, he was a PhD student completing his first semester at Washington State University in Pullman. In July 2025, the doctoral student in criminology was sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences in prison without parole, as well as another 10 years for burglary, after issuing guilty pleas. In July 2026, Koberger filed a handwritten petition seeking to withdraw his guilty pleas and proceed to trial. The Idaho Murders, College Nightmare is on Netflix.